Yeah, look, Cody's already bashed his.
Did I really?
Yeah. Yep. We're going to get rid of the factory plate, and we're going to put the Camel one on there that can take a beating.
Yeah, I did bash mine.
So the first thing we're going to do on skid plate is remove the old one. So we got T25.
Right here. Just going to take this one out real quick. Pull it out. And just
pull it forward. And I believe there is a rubber piece that fits in here. Is there? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just on the top one. I thought there was on the bottom too, but maybe not. Not on Cody's. But just pull those out so you don't lose them. Set stuff to the side for now. So then the main skid plate. Those are 8mm.
It's just 4 on this one.
Easy peasy. Again, we're just sticking everything right there for now.
All right.
Now that Cody's removed the skid plate, we're going to move this front bracket and the rear bracket. So the front one, 10mm.
Your drill sounds like it's dying.
Back one, 10mm. 2 bolts each. So after you remove those 2 10mm, this is just going to hang here. And that all, yeah, it just stays like it is. Start to install now. So to start with, what you're going to want is this submount. This is the front, this is the back. So those flanged hex nuts are going to go in right there. You show them where they...
Yeah, so they went onto this back piece right here. It's right behind this piece that hangs.
Yeah.
They just go right here.
Drop them from the top. Pull them down just like that. And then the washers are going to go on before your submount.
I'm gonna put actually this far one on.
We're going to cheat here because I'm going to help.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this far one on.
And then
first, and then...
So Cody's put the washer in, holding this in place while he starts the nut. This is probably one of the hardest parts. And then I'm going to do the same thing. He's squeezing that washer in.
Right there.
And then I'm going to hold the submount in place while he puts the nut on. I did mine on my own. It is possible, but it's easier with 2 people.
It is.
And I mean, if you want to watch Corey's install video for Camel, he does a great job too, and might be better than our video. I'm not going to lie to you. He definitely rides better. But we still have fun, you know.
That's all it counts.
Yeah. Honestly, out of the install videos, this is probably the only install video we do that I'm going to recommend you actually to also check out the manufacturer's install video, because
so far
Camel ADV, their install video is pretty good. Everything else we've done so far, their install videos, there's been problems at some point in them. That's why we started doing this.
Don't have them.
Yeah. Some of them don't even have install videos, but the ones that do, there is some type of problem that will lead you astray. And I highly recommend using our install videos. If you're going to skip any of our install videos, this is the one. But go ahead and watch it anyway and just compare. You know, let us know what you think in the comments and tell us who you think did a better job. I recorded. Anyway, we're just going to let this hang here. Got that on there. Just going to let it hang for a minute. Those are just started on there. We'll tighten them up later.
I'm gonna need new tires.
So before we proceed, we just realized Cody didn't put the washers on here. So we're going to go back and we're going to add these washers real quick, and then we'll move forward. So quick and easy, just add those washers real quick. Because see, I can hold the plate up out of his way.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you guys can fumble it by yourselves if you want, or make your friend help you, or you know. Whatever. It is entirely possible one person though, and it's not that bad. Honestly, I did mine. So on these next bolts, see those are lock nuts, so you don't need any thread locker. But on these next ones that are going to go in here, we're going to sandwich this in place. There's another 1/8 inch spacer
that goes,
and then a bolt with a washer.
So it's this 1/8 inch spacer, this, then a bolt with a washer on it.
Yeah,
on both sides.
And we're going to put some blue thread lock onto those.
This is like professional precision.
Your kit should include some blue thread lock if you don't already have some, which is another great thing about the Camel ADV. I mean, yeah, these guys, they just did an awesome job. Yeah, nobody's done as good of a job as these guys with almost any components we've seen. Camel ADV went OCD and did this right the first time.
Hold on.
From the get-go on this gut guard. They put everybody else to shame when it comes to some of their aftermarket components, and especially this.
So screw it in just a little bit.
They didn't have any crash bars made for this bike, or I probably would have gone with theirs. But the crash bars we got are the best we could find too. We just, best of everything here is what we're shooting for, for our use. Your use might be different, so that doesn't mean what we picked is going to be the best for you. You need to decide that. So again,
I'm wondering if I
saw
put
these
too far.
bolts in here with the washer, 1/8 inch spacer up there, and again, you want to leave those a little bit loose still. Cody might have tightened them up a little far, but they're easy to loose. They're just hand tight, so no biggie. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and move forward to the next ones. They're going to be the same as these middle ones. And just like those, you're going to have a set of 1/8 inch spacers that go in between. They'll squeeze these in there.
Yeah, freaking
we'll squeeze these
right in there. Over here. Ow, my shoulder hurts.
Yeah. And don't forget your washers.
Yeah, like we did last time.
Some blue thread lock. Cody just put the blue thread lock on the ends. Well, I was putting the spacers in place, and just turn those in by hand, only by hand. You need to leave this loose, and then after everything's in by hand, then you can go back and start tightening from the back forward. Important that you tighten the back first, just so everything is properly set and aligned.
So you can use a 10 millimeter wrench and a 13 millimeter socket.
Is that 13?
It's a 13.
Okay. So 10 millimeter on top and wrench and 13 millimeter socket to the bottom. I did mine with the impact because, I just, you do this stuff long enough, you have a pretty good idea of, how to do things without over torquing and under torquing. You get a pretty good idea how your tools work. So if you're comfortable with that, then go ahead. Otherwise, just do it this way by hand. And
that back bolt's a bit of a pain in the butt to get onto.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah, it's a little tight in there, but it's not bad. Camel ADV Corey says that, you might be a little swearing in here. And honestly, nah. We didn't find this that difficult to install, to be honest.
Because we're professional.
Now it's not super fast because Camel ADV includes this submount on here to absorb impact. So impact, unlike other aftermarket skid plates.
So this one is a T45.
Yeah, T45 on those front ones, and again working from the back. Doing those back ones first with the 13 socket, and then T45 for all 4 of these up front. And just working from the back to front again. Yeah, snug those up. Again, use your thread locker on those. You do not want these coming loose, so make sure, don't forget your thread locker. We got a tube just floating around the shop, so the little tube that comes with, those are perfect to throw in the travel kit. So I didn't open ours because those are perfect for a tool bag to take with, on trips, because they're so small and they fit in travel bags better than the ones you buy at the store. So, but there's no excuse for not using thread lock on these, because Camel ADV gives it with the skid plate. They give you everything you need.
Except for the tools.
To do this right, except for your tools. Yes, you will need your own tools. So, one thing our video has that Camel ADV's doesn't, nothing against their video, but they didn't have this ready yet. But we got the slip liners on ours. I recommend the slip liner if you do any type of, hopping over logs or rock ledges. I mean, even if you don't think you usually will, you never know when you get out there, in some unknown terrain, what you might have to go over. And so it's not that big of an expense. You're already invested a bunch into this. Like yeah. It's just, I think it was 70 or something more to this. It just brings your total up around 500. As we were talking about earlier, but it's, again, worth every penny to get this, everything the way Camel ADV designed it, because they just did such a good job with this. So we're going to install it. So we're starting, you'll see these bigger taper heads here.
They're a 5mm Allen key.
Yeah, and you are going to use
blue Loctite.
Blue thread locker, yeah. And those are going to mount. So right here on the 4 corners of the submount, and you'll see on the bottom of the skid plate there's recessed holes here for those to sit up into. And otherwise we'll break into the one that came with the kit.
You can put that upside down.
So again, this is going to be handy to have another set of hands on this.
Hold on, stop moving.
There's a few spots on this install that will be handy to have a second set of hands.
As soon as you get one started, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it can easily be done with one person. I mean, as big and bulky and heavy duty as this thing is, it's not that heavy.
All right, now you can let go.
Yeah, see, already on there. Nah. I'll just hold the sides.
You want to let go? Thank you.
Yeah. So Cody's just aligning it to go into the hole, right? Yeah. And that's the other thing. This slip liner just helps, protect the heads better on the main skid plate. So if anything, gets damaged because you're like super hard on stuff, it's just going to be these, and drill them out, whatever, and replace them. But yeah, mine's been on the bike since last season. We're just barely getting to Cody's, just because he just hasn't made it back over here with the bike, except for when we were busy riding and not. Yeah, we just haven't taken the time to get over here and actually work on it. So
and then I can tighten these, right?
I'm going to say, yeah, just go ahead and tighten those 4 once you get them in. These are going to take a decent amount of torque on those. They're pretty hefty. So you saw Cody wrenching on them on a little. I don't know specs. Good and tight. That's my specs. Yeah, right amount of torque for the the type and size of the bolt.
So
yeah. So
let me make sure.
You need to take this off to change your oil.
To change your oil, you do, yeah.
Yeah, because there's not a hole to get to your pan. You don't have to take the submount off to change your oil. You only have to take the main skid plate off to change your oil.
So I recommend doing it after your first oil change, because that one's at 600 miles.
Yeah.
Next one's at like 2,000 or 6,000 miles. So yeah,
I think it's 6,000.
Is it 6,000?
Yeah, on the next 6,000. One. Yeah, rather than 600. Yeah. So yeah,
that's one long ride.
Yeah, so get your 600 miles. Don't abuse your bike in the break-in period anyway. So you're fine to leave the factory skid plate on through the break-in if you're not abusing it. And then when you could do it when you do that oil change, because the skid plate has to come off for that. So if you have the Outback MotorTech crash bars, this is an 8mm hex. So
No, I see what I do.
If you don't, yeah, you can watch that video to see what size it is, because we have that size in that video for the crash bars. You're going out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, or I mean,
no,
in. You're going in. You're tightening in.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Cody's just throwing the ratchet on there. These are threads are really tight on these, so you're not going to hand turn any of these motor mount bolts.
I'm pretty sure we put blue Loctite on it too.
Yeah, and we did put blue Loctite on them, guaranteed. So just watch that you don't lose the spacer on these if you got the motor mount, but it should stay. Yeah, it should stay in there. It should be sandwiched in good. So what we're going to do now is pull these bolts out. So Cody just pulled the one off the other side.
That one was
Again, those are the ones that go to the front motor mounts on both sides. Squeeze you up in there so you can see. Okay. And then you have these two brackets
I'm a cheat.
that look almost identical. They're not, but they look. So we got all these different spacers. So we're going to skip the shortest one. We're going to use this one. That's going to go on the right side of the bike. Okay, and that's your brake side. We're going to skip the next one. And we're going to use this one. That's going to go on the left side, your clutch side. Okay, and then we're going to skip the two longer ones. This is if you have the Outback MotorTech crash bars like we do. If not, you're going to have to figure it out.
On your own.
Yeah, because...
Sucks to suck. Life is tough. Get over it.
Yeah, just run the same stuff we're running, because it's awesome, and we're awesome, and you're awesome.
We know best.
So there's two different bolt sizes. Obviously, the longer bolt size will go with the longer spacer on the left hand of the bike.
So the one we pulled out,
The ones we pulled, yep, both
are the exact same
both
size.
the same. Get rid of those. You know, yeah, these are better quality anyway.
Yep.
So,
and then get your
yep,
washers.
don't forget your washers.
Obviously, and then blue Loctite it too.
Washers will go on. Yep. Spacers will go on. It's going to be washer, bracket, and then the spacer.
It drips out.
And don't forget a little bit of blue, so they don't come loo.
Yeah.
I just leave it right there until you get these in, just so it's easier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's just do that.
Yeah. Okay, so there's 3 different size of these flange heads with the T30. So we're sticking all 4 of these are going to be the longer bolts that come with your kit, and washer, and then lock nut. And that's a T30 on the outside, 10 millimeter for the nut on the back. You do this first.
I don't know. I didn't have a problem. Yeah, I like that better. Has more to grab.
Yeah. Yeah, the other ones fit. It does definitely fit more comfortably with the longer bolts. Corey probably told us that in his video, that, you know, we would have paid more attention. Anyway, you can go, after you get everything in, then you can go around and just tighten everything up, okay, once it's in place.
Alright, that should be good.
And then, you know, make sure everything's torqued down. And then time to put the heat shield on over here on the exhaust side. So the exhaust shield is threaded. You do want some blue Loctite on these.
Yeah, just right in my face.
Yes, yes. That's the great thing about trying to film.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just a little of this awesome coating on there. We got the silver finish. They do have these in black if you like black better. The reason I like the silver is just because it reflects heat better. And yeah, and I personally think it matches the white on the factory edition Aprilia a lot better. You know, if you have the bike with the black and the gold or black and the red, the black might look better on your bike. But for the factory edition with the white, yeah, I think the silver looks great.
I don't know what we would do with those.
Go ahead.
So their skid plates are really tough. How you can tell, Carl really likes them. I want to see how tough their stickers are.
Finishing touches. Hopefully I get this straight. I highly doubt I will.
Oh, you already messed it up.
Yeah.
Come on, do him some justice here, Cody.
Is that straight? Does that look straight?
No.
No?
Because you're upside down backwards.
Yeah.
That's close enough.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a professional sticker guy, so
It's not straight, but
that ain't not straight.
it's on there though.
But we're gonna see how tough that sticker is too.
Yeah. You're gonna put some across the very bottom too? No.
No, that covers my holes.
Yeah.
I need my hole, I guess. I don't know.
So there it is, guys. That's the Camel ADV Gut Guard. That thing's a tank, man. Look at check those guys out. They got other products too for the Aprilia.
Yeah, I'm not doing it, but like they took a sledgehammer to theirs and just
they tested
the
it.
crap out of it. And
It didn't even destroy it. They just beat it
hard.
and yeah,
like
and it hardly phased it. I mean, yeah. Well, and as we showed you in the beginning, Cody, the factory skid plate, he doesn't even have 2,000 miles on his bike, and he's already beat the crap out of his factory skid plate. Yeah. And we haven't even done anything too insane yet. So
we went through the Red Desert.
Yeah.
And the Sierra Madres.
Yeah, I mean, we rode off-road for sure, but
yeah, and like
we're going to get a lot rougher
as time goes on.
And these factory plates just would not have cut it. They're just way too thin and not heavy-duty enough for serious off-roading.
Yeah.
So there it is. Okay, so both the bikes, I mean, for the most part, set up for touring now with the tail rack and, yeah, the gut guard, crash bars, soft saddle bags, which, in my opinion, is the only way to go off-road. You pannier guys, you know, no offense, but I won't do it. I don't want my leg getting smashed by a pannier, but to each their own, you know. And Cody's got the soft bags up front. I was goofing off, you know, in my snow mode video, where it's, you know, just joking around, and 5 miles an hour in the snow, and it ripped the bag off. So those aren't very tough, just so you know. So we won't be talking too much about that in this video. At some point in the near future, we're going to do some reviews on some of this gear, just, you know, just to update you guys on how everything's going on it. All right, we're gonna go for a little ride. We're not gonna record this ride, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy.